Good morning, everybody. This is the Weasel here, and this is my rather messy refrigerator. You're probably wondering what the subject of this video is and why, and also probably why my fridge is so dirty. Well, not dirty, messy. Well, I kind of had to move everything around in a hurry for this, and this. Why? Well, here's the culprit. That's the startup relay on the compressor. Well, for the compressor. And it's done. It rattles like a baby's toy. What can I say? I noticed that just things haven't been right with the fridge, and then yesterday when I went to make a sandwich and the cheese was just was softer than clay, I realized, okay, something is wrong. And I got to look and realized the compressor was cooking hot, and checked the capacitor was good. I went to the local appliance repair shop, talked to them. He told me to go on and pull this off and do an ohm check between the 3 pins coming out of the motor. And he said anywhere between 8 to 14 ohms between any pair of terminals is good. Well, mine were 5, 5, and 10, which when I went back he said, yeah, that's fine. However, he said pull off the starting relay, this thing, and if it rattles, it's toast. Well, needless to say, this one's outright exploded on the inside. So what's the... okay, so he gets all the numbers, puts them into the computer, goes to the back, comes back, looks in the computer again, goes to the back again. They don't have the part. So he gave me the numbers in case I could source, somebody who had the part. Well, I made some phone calls, and nobody has this part in stock. Not unless I wanted to drive all the way to Lee Summit, which is in the Kansas City area, and I really don't want to do that. So I said to myself, you know what? I'm just going to look it up on eBay for kicks, and it was over $20 cheaper on eBay, and I figured if I'm going to have to wait a few days for the part anyway, I might as well get it for $20 cheaper. So, anyway, that's what I'm waiting on. So, right now my refrigerator literally is an ice box. I've been buying ice at the local Casey's. I'm going to visit some family this weekend, and my aunt and uncle have a mini fridge they said I could borrow. So, once I get that in here, that will save me quite a bit of money on ice. So, anyway, that is... I know I haven't made a video in a while, and as it is, it's still going to be a few days because I'm going to go ahead and show the replacement of this thing as a later part in this video. Whew. Well, since the refrigerator isn't working anyway, and well, of course, I've got that mini fridge over there with all my food in it that I borrowed. There is or will be a video on that. But anyway, I have removed all the shelves from my fridge and washed them all and washed out the inside and all that good stuff. It was pretty nasty in here. Amazing how quickly it can get dirty, because this is not the first time I've done this. It's not a fun job, but I've gone through, I've washed it. I just need to finish clean what little crud is left out. In case you're wondering, that tube right there is for the refrigerated water on the door. Next, I'm going to go ahead and, while this isn't as bad in here, there was some meat that went bad in here as a result. I did put ice in this thing to try and keep my food from going to bad, but I could keep it cold enough. So all that meat is now in the garbage, unfortunately. So I'm gonna go through and do the same thing to the freezer as I did to the fridge and get it all nice and cleaned up so it'll be ready for when the part comes. That's about all I got to say. But I need to get going because I can smell the odors coming from the freezer and it doesn't smell good. So anyway, well, it's all cleaned out. I got a lot of the shelves back in. Not all, but some of them. I'm just going to leave it open, and since, you know, it isn't exactly cooling, this is one of the few times you can leave your fridge open without your mom yelling at you. Anyway, I've got this open so it can dry out. I've got an electric fan down there. I'm going to just let it blow in. I also got the window open so that will let some cool air in and try and hopefully this will be nice and dry by morning and I can put the rest of the tubs in. And then it will just be ready to go when the part comes in. Alright, I apologize in advance. This is not going to be the best conclusion to this bunch of clips of videos on the refrigerator. But anyway, here's the back of it. There's the compressor in case anybody's interested. Made in Singapore and made by Matsushita of all people. Hold on. There we go. Light wasn't supposed to turn itself off like that. But anyway, you can see right there behind this pipe right here. Of course there's going to be fun stuff in the way. I'm going to go ahead and pop off this little thing. The refrigerator is unplugged right now, so there's a little clip here on the electrical connector, and you actually need to get in there with a screwdriver and pull it this way, pull it out, and this will pop right off. The capacitor just plugs and unplugs. This little post is just a guide for it. This dang thing's just right in the way, isn't it? But anyway, let's it takes a fair bit of work to get that on and off, but you can see there are 3 pins there, and you can also see some crud down there, even though I've cleaned this out pretty before I started working on it. But you can see 3 pins barely sticking out of the compressor. And I mentioned earlier taking ohm readings on that in order to make sure your compressor windings aren't open or shorted. Again, thanks to the guy at the appliance shop for telling me that. And also you see there's just a ground wire that goes right on. And then this just simply plugs in. And then this little metal bracket keeper thing pops up and holds it all happily in place. And let's just reach around behind me with and plug it in. And it just fires right on up. And you can hear it's running quite smoothly. So while I'm going to keep using that Montgomery Ward mini fridge since everything fits in it so nice, and of course it's going to use less electricity than this big old fridge, when it comes time that I have enough stuff to put where I'm going to have to use the big one again, I will. I'll move it all back over, but for right now the little one's working just fine. So that's the conclusion of the video. That starting relay, which switches from the start to the run windings, was the culprit, and that's the conclusion of this video. Thank you everybody for watching.